Hello everyone, this is a special video since it's more or less a collab between me and my oldest brother. You see, my youngest brother has gotten into Nintendo Switch games, whether it's Kirby, Pokemon, or Smash Bros, and we thought, hey, what if we get him his own controller? And not just any controller, we're going to add a custom design to it, because if there's one thing that we like to do, it's make things harder on ourselves. So we got a used controller that we're going to take apart, clean, and decorate. So this video is going to be in parts. After this intro segment, my brother's going to show you how he took the controller apart, and the last segment will be me decorating it. I have decided to draw Bowser with my metallic markers for this project. And before we start, make sure to like and subscribe. Question of the video is, what is your favorite video game character? If you have one. Alright, that's all for this segment. Time to take apart the controller.
Christmas is right around the corner, and I bought this controller for my little brother. I bought it used from GameStop, and as anybody who's bought a used controller from GameStop knows, it's kind of dirty. So I'm going to be giving it a little clean before passing it on for Savannah to create a design on it. So first things first, we obviously want to get it out of the bag and just take a look at what all needs to be cleaned. I've already held this controller, and I know just how disgusting it is. The front needs to be cleaned, the back needs to be cleaned, and the side grips need to be cleaned. And as you can see, there is gunk around the control pads of this front side of the controller. So that's what I'm going to be cleaning up. Once I get this finished, I'm going to pass it on for Savannah to put some designs on. Alright, first things first. To take apart the Switch Pro controller, you gotta get out these two Phillips screws that are at the bottoms of the hand grips. Just using a tiny Phillips screw, just twist them out. Should be able to feel the controller sliding apart, and then just pull these off. Set them to the side for now, because you will not be needing them. Next, you got couple of Phillips screws back here inside the arms of the controller. Just got to remove those too. And I like to keep all of these screws separated by where they go, because it just makes it so much easier to reassemble. But for my purposes right now, it's going to be kind of hard to keep them all together because I don't know how long it's going to be before I actually have to reassemble this. So we shall see. But I am still separating them. Alright, now that the back plate should come completely off. Right there. And this is the battery pack. This is the battery pack. I would not recommend taking this out. Especially not for what I'm doing, because I'm just trying to get the shell off to clean it. And then of course, to finally get the shell out, inside these holes here, I don't know if you can see it, but there are a couple more Phillips screws, as well as down here, and in there. So I'm just going to take those apart, and that should be everything that I need to take apart. So now this should peel apart, unless I am missing a screw. Just gently go around the rim, and just gently peel it apart. It should come off without any problems. There we go, just snapping it apart. Just putting a little bit of pressure is fine, but you don't want to go crazy because that will break the controller. And of course, be very, very careful of the insides of the controller. And I appear to be missing a screw, which is exactly what I didn't want to happen. I know where it is, but I'm sure you can see that my screwdriver is not quite long enough to get all the way in there. So, oh my goodness, it got stuck. I am actually going to need to go find a different screwdriver, or a longer one. Alright, I got The new screwdriver here should be able to fit down there. And this is behind the battery pack, by the way. I know I said to not remove it, but I completely forgot that there was screws back here. Come on, you little monkey. Thank you. Yeah, once I remove these, I can already feel the controller starting to come apart. Here we go. And now, should just peel apart. And we have to be very, very careful of this ribbon cord. Now I'm just messing around. What the heck am I doing? Alright. For some reason my mind is blanking on how to remove the ribbon cord. There's a very easy way to do it. I would not recommend doing what I am about to do, but since I have no other options, I'm going to be gently lifting up on this black part of the ribbon cable. Okay, what did Nintendo do to this thing? How do you get this out? Push and lift. Push and lift. So there you go. It's that simple. And your cable should just pull out. Do not, under any circumstances, lose this piece. And there you have it. Gotta disconnect it from both sides, but I really shouldn't have. The first side had worked. It would have been fine. I'm gonna go ahead and reattach this cable down here for ease of access later. Because this one was never supposed to come out. I only went to this one because the other one wasn't working. I couldn't figure out why, so I tried this one, and then the other one worked after that. Oh my goodness, I'm dropping everything. If you want my personal opinion, oh my gosh, dude, no. If you want my personal opinion, don't mess with the ribbon cables. The only reason I did it is because I need to clean the inside of that controller. Or at least the inside of the joystick holes. Sounds terrible. Don't put that in. Yeah, just don't mess with this. Holy mackerel, dude. Get in there! Please, brother! If you're doing what I'm doing, be very, 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 very careful of the circuit board. If this breaks, the entire controller is dead. Yes! No! Where'd it go? I know you didn't hear it, but I heard a snap. I had one side in. Finally, dude. No. All right. So now, I'm going to set this aside, but I would like to point out that I did take off the ribbon cable that attaches right here. I would not recommend doing this because it is really difficult to put back on, and this ribbon cable is very, very easy to break if you are not careful. However, I've done this kind of thing before, so I went ahead to do it just to get a safer, smoother experience with the clean, because I am going to be cleaning the insides of these stick holes. So that's why I did it. I would not recommend doing it, but that's what I did it, and that's why I did it. And of course, I'm not going to be able to take out the buttons without removing these circuit boards, and I'm not going to be doing that today, just going to be doing a soft clean of the whole thing. And I am going to be taking off the second stick for right there. Alright, put the battery to the side. And here are all of the pieces that I'm going to be cleaning. Hopefully, all of those are in frame. Alright, so here I brought just a microfiber cleaning cloth. And I got it just very, very slightly damp. And I'm just gonna gently rub down all of the pieces that need cleaning. And another reason why I took off the ribbon cable is because Savannah needs to sand this, and she's not going to be able to do that with the ribbon cable attached. So I had two reasons, but it's going to make putting this together way more miserable. So if you're just needing to clean the front and the back, do not, under any circumstances, take apart the ribbon cable. But for my purposes today, I already did it. There's no going back now. Yeah, just gonna be giving it kind of like a soft clean. I don't need to get everything off, especially if it's going to be drawn over and sanded down anyways. So I should probably take off the buttons too, to be honest. Alright, that's what I'm gonna do. I gotta make this as easy for both me and Savannah as possible, so I'm going to consider taking off the circuit board. I really, really, really do not want to. I'm actually going to call her in. That's what I'm going to do. Alright, so I've decided that I'm not going to be taking apart the circuit board off of the back, and we're just going to be very, very careful with the front here. Yeah, like these are just permanent scars. I'll show it to you here. As you can see, if I clean this off a little, the water, you can see a lot of permanent damage done to the shell. So this is kind of what we're trying to clean off, is the stickiness. And then Savannah is going to go back through and sand it, paint on it, and fix it up from there. So yeah, I've cleaned this. I've already cleaned the back of this. So now I will clean these. Remember, if you are cleaning the insides of it, you must be very, very, very careful to make sure that no moisture gets trapped in there, and to make sure that you don't break anything. I'm just going to be cleaning the tops of these rather than going all the way in. Alright, so with this one that has a circuit board, do not get the circuit board wet. That is the #1 priority. So you just gently just rub the cloth around in circles in there. I'll even give you guys a second angle. I hit the wrong button! And zoom out. And there we go. And twist. Slightly less twist. Should be good, but yeah. So you just take a tiny bit of the cloth and you just rub it around in circles in there. You want to make sure that it gets cleaned without getting to the circuit board. Generally, it's safe to do this because it's got this plastic rim surrounding the circuit board. But, you know, it's better safe than sorry. If anything gets on the circuit board, chances are that it's not going to end well. But I think that's it from my end. I hope this was helpful. You'll probably see me reassemble the entire controller at the end. Here are all of the pieces that have been taken apart. Gonna get a top-down view. Alright, here are all the parts. Still got all of the screws separated. My goodness, I don't remember where everything goes. So that is what I'm going to be doing next. Actually, no, it's not. I shouldn't do that. I'll just watch the video in reverse. We'll figure it out from there. But yeah, that's all for me. Hopefully everything goes well. And I might be seeing you to put this thing back together.
Now that the controller is apart, I can start sanding it. I add tape over the buttons, that way I don't accidentally mark or scratch them, and I made sure to sand very carefully, but thoroughly. I do this to add texture and grit, otherwise it will feel and look like I was drawing on a whiteboard with water-based markers and Crayola pencils. In short, it would be a pain to draw on. As I said earlier, I have decided to draw a Bowser. Paper Bowser, to be exact. So I copied the design onto a picture of a controller first. That way I could see how it should look, though it might not end up exactly the same. This was just my reference. With the sanding done, I can use a white pencil to draw in the sketch. It doesn't have to be perfect since I'm going over it with a marker later. With the sketch done, I can now start applying the gold marker. At this point, I'm just tracing what I already drew, so there's not much to say here. I'll let you guys enjoy the time lapse in peace. After I've finished the inking, I go back and erase any pencil marks that were left and cleaned up the edges. What's left was to put everything back together, take off the tape, and present the final result to our brother. What do you guys think? Did we do a good job? We aren't professionals by any means, but at least it got finished without breaking. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you later.